to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Thursday, August 17th, 2023. We are in the land of the living. It could have been another way, but however, God had another plan. I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch, Twitter, and Twitch. Please let somebody know that we are on right now. I'm excited to have this wonderful guest. Like I say, I have some of the dopest people on this side of heaven on this platform as possible as I can. This one right here, I'll get into that in a minute. Let's get into her bio. Nikki Jones, born in this wonderful city, as we call the D, and I'm not talking about Dallas. No offense, but we're talking about Detroit. Nikki started on her musical path at just 5 years old. Her gospel music roots at the forefront, Nikki has delighted the ears of countless audiences with her sound, strength, and versatility. We're gonna get into that. Nikki's humble church beginnings, coupled with valuable life lessons, have given way to her undeniable evolution as a powerhouse, both on and off the mic. With her 2008 album debut, A Different Kind of Praise, Nikki flexed her range from gospel to jazz to blues, R&B, neo-soul, even spoken word for all those to enjoy. Since 2010, Nikki has been heard on the radio, singing background, seen on stages in theater roles, and even seen exhorting the word of God from the pulpit as a licensed minister. In 2021, she expressed her love for her musical roots with the release of her powerful hymn, Fill My Cup. If that wasn't enough, she began a published author by contributing her healing story to the best-selling anthology, Testaments of Survivors, Women Healed and Whole, Volume 2. And as she's currently writing her own story in a book entitled Little Church Girl. These days, you can find Nikki serving her home church, Embassy Covenant Church International, and hosting her own radio show promoting healing, laughter, music, and good conversation. Her radio show, Soulful Inspirations, is recorded live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on WVTC Detroit and can be seen on Facebook and YouTube worldwide. You guys, I want to put your hands together, open up your mouths, stand on your feet if you're able. Welcome Nikki Jones to the show. Nikki!
What's up? I have a delay here. I don't know if it's me or if I need to switch from my AirPods to some headphones or something, and I hear music in the background. Is that me or is that you?
Now the music, that's me in the background. Hold that for
okay, cool. It's cool.
Delayed. Now that's not me.
So is there a delay on your side?
No.
Okay, well then I won't worry about it. Don't worry about it then. I'm good.
All right. So now I usually get into the conversation and I let people know how I know the guest or who, introduced us. Well, I met Nikki Jones on our first rehearsal of Perilous Times.
Yes.
Not knowing that Nikki was also playing a major part in Perilous Times alongside singing in the chorus too, which was not easy to do because she had to change. She had to move around fast for different numbers with the chorus, as well as remember her own lines of
Yes.
being the grandmother
Yes.
um, to the wonderful Kevin Stewart.
Yes.
So we had those moments of first coming on. I want to say, was we October or was it November?
I think it was November, unless I saw you auditioning, at the audition or whatnot. Yeah, I think it might have been either late October or early November.
So I had no clue, no idea who she was. And for those who are not familiar with a lot of women who can sing every part, well, this woman right here can sing every part. In Perilous Times, she was casted for tenor. Um, and like I said, she played the grandmother um, of the main character. So again, we had lots and lots of fun. She was very helpful also to when we were waiting for our coaches to show up. Nikki would go over the songs with us, our parts, making sure that we were ready for practice and things of that nature, and make sure she would give us tips on how to remember how to do. Now, mind you, in the chorus, if y'all not familiar with this, we had to dance, we had to sing, we had to do all these fill-ins. So what it wasn't the easiest thing, especially if this is your first time. Um, so yeah,
Yes.
she made it very comfortable on set
Aw.
and behind the scenes to make sure that everyone was okay with doing what they were called to do. With all that being said, we know that we read in your bio that you've been singing since you were young. Where
Yeah.
did that come
My dad is a musician, and I mean, outside of coming from a musical family on my father's side, my biological father's side, um, I, it's just God given. And it's always been a joy to do. It's always been something that I love to do. For the most part, I love singing background more than I love leading anything because I like to blend with other people. I like to, harmonize with other people. So I love being in the background more than I like being in the front.
from? So most people would say, well, hey, uh, background is easy. Well, it is not.
It is not. No, it is not. Not at all. It's more work singing background in my opinion, it's more work singing background because you got to blend with other voices. You got to make sure you're heard, but not stand out in terms of your voice, your volume, and you got to match the sounds, the vowels, the shape of the sound of the words. It's a lot more work, and you got to make sure you stay on pitch.
Yes. Especially being able to have it to move while
Yes,
you're singing, especially
yes,
if you're not used to rocking and clapping and dancing and moving around and still having to hold your note as if you're not moving. Um,
yes, all that, all that.
it's not the easiest thing.
No.
So I labeled and said, hey, the singer, the comedian, the writer, the actress, the radio host, I mean, mom, wife, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Um, so how do you I'm skipping ahead, but how do you balance that?
Is very hard. It takes work, and I have to be honest. Um, the only balance that you can give to it is to give. It's never 50-50. It's always going to be 60-40, 70-30, sometimes 80-20, and it's gonna be heavier on one end than it is on the other. It's never 50-50 because it isn't. I mean, If you're just those four, if you try to be 25% in any of those areas, you're not going to be good at whatever it is that you're doing. So you got to give as much as you can to one area or one hat that you might be wearing at the time. Um, so it's difficult. You really just have to have support, and you have to have people who understand who you are, so that you can be allowed to do what you love doing, and they still be there when you're done. So yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult, and it's not it's not the easiest thing for the people that love you, who are supporting you either.
I'm glad you said that. As far as with being around people who know you, or who, as we would say, the village, who
Yes.
help with the kids, who help.
Yes.
Sometimes when you can't be there, that
Yes.
somebody will step in and not the ridicule, not none of this, or I get this often. You need to choose what you want to focus on. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm focusing on it all. I don't
Yeah.
believe that God gave me these gifts not to use. Um,
Right.
and still in the point of this, I'm sure there's more that I don't know about right now.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
those conversations of the village helping out when needed is very important, and people who understand your calling. Because some of these things you definitely have to be called to, especially being a minister. Um,
Absolutely.
is not the easiest thing, but with grace, that when you walking in your purpose, these things do come easy to you, and God will make a way for you to do what you love to do. I also stated that bringing God to the forefront.
Mhm.
Sometimes as believers or ministers, we kind of put everything in the back burner of, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not about to say that I'm a minister. I'm not gonna do this or do that, because you get labeled.
Yeah.
You have to, put on these different masks and face and hats and all of these different things.
Yeah.
When whatever gift God has given us, we can bring God to that gift.
Absolutely.
And whoever this audience is can eat from that plate. So what do you say to a person where they just like, well, you just use your gifts in church and then just sit down?
Um, you're limiting yourself, and actually you're not even being scripturally correct, because the scripture says to go into all the world. It didn't say go into every church. It says go into all the world and teach people or make disciples or witness. It doesn't say anything about witnessing in the church. And I think a lot of people get that twisted. Like we're supposed to just go to church every Sunday, and that is the extent of our Christianity, and that is not the case at all. If we all just stayed in church, there would be no people added to the body of Christ. So we have to go out into the world, and we have to use our gifts and talents in those places, in the marketplace, as that's a buzzword right now. But yeah, we have to go outside the church. Otherwise, we would never bring anybody else in. And that's not the commandment. The greatest commandment was for us to go into the world.
Absolutely. Those moments of using the gifts and perfecting the gifts, what does that statement mean to you, of like perfecting your gifts?
Perfecting your gifts, any anything that you want to perfect, you have to use it. There's no way that you can tell what's wrong with it in order to figure out where it needs fine tuning, or where it needs fixing or adjusting, or whatever the case may be. If you're going to perfect something, that means you have to work on it. You have to work on it constantly. You have to figure out, you stretch it a little bit. You have to take it to its limit, so that you see how far it can go. You got to do tests on it. You got to run it. You got to figure out what the limitations are, figure out, and then if you can move past those limitations, you can figure out, well, I've stretched this far, but if I tweak tweak it here or tweak it there, then I might be able to stretch it further. So you gotta have some resistance and somewhere to measure how you can expand. And if you don't do that, then you'll just be, a useless rubber band. You'll just be in a box, as people would say. And who wants to live in a box? So if you're going to perfect something, you're going to have to test it. You're going to have to try it. You're going to have to prove it.
So as a young person starting out 5 years old singing, what was that moment of like maturing where you knew you really had something?
For me, it was about the response. Now, it wasn't just the response of the people in the audience, because the first time I was singing, obviously, I was in church. And so it was the response. And it wasn't like some of the other responses that I've heard other people have, and when I was that young, you can tell that people, um, you can kind of tell when people want you to do it again because they enjoyed it, or if they go like, oh, okay, that was good, baby, okay, all right, you did that, and then that's over. Like, okay, okay, we're not going to put that on you no more, but we appreciate your effort for the first time around. But when they ask you to do it again and over and over and over again, then you can kind of get the sense that, oh, I might be good at this. Or if it's not just your family members, that are cheering you on. If it's other people, and if there are people outside of your circle or your church who invite you to do it at their church, or who invite you to sing for them, then you kind of get the sense that, okay, this is something, one, that people love. And as a kid, I loved making people happy. I mean, what kid doesn't want the response from, people, the praise, the adoration, the compliments, all of that became addictive for me as a kid. It was like, okay, I know I'm good at this because everybody's telling me how accurate I am, or everybody's telling me that I did this very well and I should keep doing it. So, I caught on quickly that this is something that I'm doing pretty well, and I want to keep doing it.
Absolutely. I always say if you can make it in a church, you can make it in.
Baby, because, people can be cruel, and even the kids in the church can be cruel too. So it just, yeah, if you can do it in the church, and I'd venture to say some churches are more strict or more stringent, more critical than others. So I ain't gonna name no names, but I'm just saying some denominations, if you will, are more critical than others.
Or if they come from a recording artist church,
Yep.
and you know, there's expectations that
Yeah.
if you grab that microphone,
You
you
better
better
be able to
get out
do it.
or
You
don't touch
better
it
blow
again.
like exactly.
So I mean, I get it. I get it. Those moments of, like I said, watching you, um, or actually sometimes being right next to you, like when we did our dance moment, in Peerless Times, opening up the show. Uh, Again, it was that moment that TJ trusted you to get this dance together. Like, yeah, we're not doing that part. No, we're just gonna make it simple. We got a long night. Those were the moments that, again, your word was trusted. Not only that, but you have been in it several times. Again,
No,
you
just once before that.
once.
Once. I was in Perilous Time one time before that. That was my second time in Perilous Times.
Well, it must have been again way you performed yourself or you carried yourself. It had to be like, okay, let's go to Nikki. Let's go to Nikki. Let's go to Nikki. As again to say that favor comes sometimes, and it's not fair, but it happens when you put
That's
yourself in
true.
a position to win and you have a great attitude. My biggest thing is Be nice to everyone because you don't know who the blessing that God's going to use to bless you, or who's going to open the door
Absolutely.
for you when you looking down on somebody or your attitude is horrible. Don't nobody want to help you. But in the
Absolutely.
end, it was always smiles, it was always laughter, it was always okay, we're here for a job and a duty, but in the meantime, while I'm together and we're together, what? I'm not about to read that right now. Yeah, we have to make sure that we do this with everyone. You
Yes.
made it very comfortable again. Some of us are gifted to make people comfortable. I would consider us as fillers when everybody doesn't have the outgoing, loud personality. You still have to be able to blend with others, but also
Yes.
bring them out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
It's not the easiest thing, but again, it is definitely a gift because everybody doesn't have it. Um, in these moments of us being on set at perilous times, what were there any difficult times for you?
Oh, absolutely. There were difficult times. There were times when I had to bring all three of my boys with me to rehearsal. There were times where I had to bring two of them, times where I had to bring one of them, and then times when I didn't have to bring them at all. So definitely, worrying about that, not having a babysitter, remembering steps, remembering my lines, trying to figure out, working through all of the changes because, as you know, things changed, you know, um, a lot. And in terms of, the steps we might have been doing, and we didn't do it like this last week. Okay, we didn't do it like that last week, but this is how we're going to do it today. And then we need to remember that for the next time, even though the next time it might change again. So, I mean, being fluid, being flexible, being understanding, understanding who you're working with because there were a lot of chiefs, if you will. And so it was, um, you have to be careful navigating that space in terms of who's in charge on what day, because that changed sometimes too. So it was a lot going on. But the biggest thing for me was just to keep a level head, keep a positive attitude, and be prayerful and have fun. Most of the time, if you focus on having fun and not so much, not taking anything personal and not taking it all too serious. It was a serious message, a serious, serious responsibility, opportunity, and all of that. But at the same time, you have to be in a headspace where you're not going to crumble at the sight or at the loss or at a mistake or whatever. So yeah, it was hard. So some nights I would come home and literally fall out, and my husband be like, "What is wrong? What are they doing to you?" But when you come home, it's like you can exhale and you know and just let it go. Let it all go. Whatever it was, just let it all go.
I think also just for people who are now getting into it, or they might have been veterans, but sometimes it was a lot being pulled out of us, and it was also
Yeah.
timing. I mean, we all had like full-time jobs doing other
Yeah.
things, also being dedicated. I mean, our whole weekends were gone
Yeah. Yeah.
for months. And so the closer we
Yeah.
got to it, it was more time
Yeah.
that was dedicated to making sure that this, what we committed to, was successful. And sometimes we don't,
Yeah.
we had to value ourselves, get our rest, sleep, make sure our health was right, make sure we ate right. All of these different things that sometimes we don't talk about until it's too late. But
Right.
Yeah, we had
Right.
Alita, Cotton with her ginger and turmeric drinks. What we'll talk about later. Her teas. Um,
Woo, Lord Jesus.
where that we all got proper rest was very important. Make sure we ate healthy. Make sure we drunk our
Yes.
water. What a lot of things also that I learned in our vocal courses or lessons was about soda and caffeine dried out your throat, which I did not know. I never heard of that. And
Yep.
so when you have the experts,
Mm.
Shirley Smith and Pam English, telling you like, do not. Um, and I think one day she
Yes.
one of them came to me like, "What's going on with you? What you had to eat? What did you drink today?" Oh, so it will tell on you.
Hmm.
Um, I also saw a video recently that you were singing background for Darius Twyman.
Yes.
Interesting. I was like, oh, that
Yeah, I've
was
been singing with Darius for a long time.
interesting. I probably saw you,
Since
probably.
2000. I've been singing with Darius since 2000. Yeah, I'm
Were
sure
you
you
on the
did.
first
No, not on the first album. I came in 2000. I joined in 2000 after the first album was recorded.
album? Okay. Small World. So I'm not sure if she goes with Deidre or Dee Dee. She used to be my choir director as a
Dee
kid.
Dee. Yep.
So I'm very familiar with them. So I was very like, he is definitely one of many voices in the city of Detroit that is very unique and distinctive.
Yes.
Um, and uh, he's an awesome singer, awesome
Absolutely.
anointed singer.
Absolutely.
So again, I was very excited to see that you were with them in the video, singing. And of course, she's always got a smile on her face. No matter what's going on, she's laughing, doing something.
Absolutely.
I think your video just went out.
I know. I don't know why. Hang on. It's coming back. I think.
So in the meantime, uh-oh. Um, yeah. So we having technical difficulties. It happens. Hopefully we can get her back. I also, while we were waiting on Nikki to come back on, there was a moment today right before we went live. Um, the conversation that dropped in my spirit today was expect the great. Expect the great. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how you feel. I don't care that your world seems upside down. It's still expect the great. Um, we always hit with something. Every day it could be something that will try to get you off for the day, get you out of your flow. But even in that, so word of the day is expect the great. Um, you have to. With anything that goes on, especially if you're looking for the miracle signs and wonders, all of these different things, you have your expectation has to be high. Um, One of the things that I wanted to, talk about the expectations of when you become pregnant or you're expecting, you are looking and you're waiting for that time and you're going through all of these changes. Your maturity, your body is changing, your hormones are changing, Everything about you is changing, whether you're on the male side or the female side, and you're expecting that end. In 9 months, hopefully it goes full term, that that a baby is coming. Sometimes you have a good day and sometimes you don't. But even in that, you still have expectation. There's a song that Jonathan Nelson wrote, and it's actually called Expect the Great. It says, "This is just the beginning, the year of refreshing. His plan now unfolding, the time of your great blessing. Expect nothing but victory. That's the promise of our King. To exceedingly abundantly above what you ask or think. So, expect the great. Anticipate, faith activates. This is your year. Your moment is here. Expect the great blessing now. The blessing is on you. Expect the great. This is what it is. My expectation is high. We're almost at the end of the year. But my expectation is super high. It's from glory to glory, from one door to another, to one opportunity to another. I expect the great. Period. There's moments when I'm not feeling good in my body. I still expect the great. Tired, sleepy, irritated, frustrated. My expectations is still high. It might look like nothing I wanted to do is going to happen, but my expectation is high. Why? Because I believe. I believe. In these moments, you got to speak those things as though they were. Today, I had conversations with someone else I met who is doing great things. It happens all the time. Why is it happening? Because you have to be around people who are like-minded, who expect the great too. So even if you're in that moment, they can rub off on you. People who are already in a space that I want to be in. Guess what? I still expect the great. I'll ask questions. Some of us have pride issues. You won't ask for help. Why? Ask for help. You never know who's the key, who's the answer to your problem, to your issue. Expect the great. Expectation doesn't necessarily come in the same package every time. Some of our answers are wrapped up in people that you don't even expect it to be from. As they say, never judge a book by its cover. You'll get it wrong every time. Definitely. One of those things, which is funny to me, you assume that because a person is tall, that they're automatically an athlete. No. You assume that because a female is tall and she's feminine, that she's a model. No. Not necessarily. I want you guys, when you walk away from this conversation for tonight, hopefully we can get Nikki back. Expect the great every day. Whatever you want, whatever your desires are, if they line up, then expect them to happen. Nothing more, nothing less. She's still trying. Nothing more, nothing less. I expect that I'll get to the goal that I want to be in. Literally, the show says you're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. It's proven over and over again with almost every guest that has graced this stage. Literally, they had one opportunity that led to another opportunity, one testimony that led to another testimony. One person opened the door. You just got to believe. Sometimes we allow others to dictate to us what our life should be. Been there, done that. Can't do that. I can't wait on other people. As we had Crystal P on not too long ago, she clearly stated, like, I can't wait on other people. And while you're doing that, you're missing out on opportunities. So if you have to go it alone, so be it. If you have to go afraid, your knees shaking, so be it. You're going to thank yourself for doing it, though. I said this before. When I went to audition for Peerless Times, I was nervous. I'm in a room and they're asking me to do something that I was not comfortable in doing. They had me sing like 5 or 6 octaves higher than I was supposed to. Again, do it scared. And it's okay. You will thank yourself for doing it. I promise you. When I thought that I didn't do good, that wasn't the case. Timing, it went a while before I had heard anything. But guess what? I got it. I thank myself for doing it, even when I was afraid. So even in the moments of this has never been done before, guess what? Somebody has to be the trailblazer. You'll thank yourself later. Just do it. If you don't know, there's plenty of people who do. Just ask questions. If one person don't want to give you the answer, I'm sure there's more people who will. I realize more and more there's more people with you than against you. Just do it. Keep being you. The world needs you. Blessings. The world needs you. It needs you. It needs what you offer. Keep showing up. I think Nikki's back now.
Yay! Oh my God. That was crazy. I'm so sorry about that. I have no idea what happened.
Yes. So it's okay. I was giving them the conversation that I actually was dropped in my spirit right before we went live, which was expect the great. And I told them, we went over the lyrics of Jonathan Nelson's song, Expect the Great. And I went into the conversation about when you conceive or just wait, maybe on a new job. I don't know. But you go through those moments of doubt. You go through those moments of ups and downs and your body changing and all these different things. Just like at the end of the day, I expect a child when this time is up.
Right.
I expect change when I get this new job. new money, new whatever, new attitude, new faces. However, I expect something great.
Right.
Like I said, even in these moments of the uncertainty, I still expect the great. I had a vision. I see it. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but I know I'm gonna get there.
Yes.
Expect the great. I don't care what's going on. Audition. Keep going.
Yeah.
Someone is bound to say yes. Right?
Right.
Get on stage. Model. I don't care. Keep going. Do not limit
Absolutely.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Do not limit yourself. Um, so that was the message for today. Like, I'm excited. The more I meet more humans, I realize not only again that we are more alike than we are different. But you'll
Yes.
never know that until you talk. But they have great expectations too.
Yeah, we all have expectations of each other, whether they're spoken or unspoken. We all have expectations of each other, and I would say the closer the connection, the higher or maybe even the more expectations that we have. I mean, you expect people that you don't know, you expect them to at least be respectful of you and as a human being. Like that's the basic level of expectations that you have with a stranger. But the more interaction or the deeper the relationship, the more contact you have with the person, your expectations change and they increase. And that's just a fact of life.
Absolutely. Main event, are you still on? I was speaking of expectations. So I'm thinking when I reach out to him in 2020, I believe it was, I was not expecting him to respond. We've been cool ever since. He has given so many people recommendations to come on this platform. And like you
Wow.
said, over time, the expectation has grown because now I expect that from him.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
So those moments of people believing in you, like I believe in you, those moments of I believe in sharing the gratitude of
Yes.
a person because at the end of the day, sometimes you just want to hear it.
Yes. Absolutely. Everybody wants to be appreciated on some level for something that they do.
Absolutely. Speaking of this radio personality, how did you come up with the concept of the soul for inspiration?
So, before Soulful Inspirations, I had a show on a different radio station called Vent Radio, and that show was called Sunday After Service Inspirations. And it was a show strictly on Sundays after service, hence the name. And so when I changed stations, if you will, I just decided to change the name of the show because I didn't want to do it on Sundays anymore because that was becoming it was becoming very difficult to balance life and do a radio show on Sunday when you got three boys and a husband. so um, so I switched to Tuesday nights. And so I just thought it was appropriate to change the name. I still wanted to make sure soul was in there because I really believe in ministering to the soul. Um, and and of course I want to be inspiring. So I just put those two together. I mean, it wasn't like rocket science or nothing like that. I really just wanted to name the show what I really wanted to do.
Good evening, Alita.
Hey.
Um, So even with those moments of, again, being a radio personality, to bringing guests on, to having conversations, to make sure laughter is important,
Absolutely.
um, especially your grandma.
Mother, right?
Hilarious.
Mother Wright is a character all by herself. She's a mixture of all of the grandmothers that I've come in contact with and the grandmothers that I've played on stage, because there's been more than one that I've played on stage. So, yeah, she's a combination of them and even the ones that I knew uh, in real life, including my own.
So, what do you like more? Is it a gift that you lean toward more than another?
I I lean toward music more than anything, and I have to say that because music is a lifeline for me. It is definitely there's a secular song, it's called Music is My Sanctuary, and I would have to agree with that. For me, it is definitely my sanctuary. It is where I find peace. It is where where I talk to myself. It is where I am, inspired. It is where I'm uplifted, whatever it is, which is why I'm very careful and particular about what I listen to, because I want to make sure that whatever's going in my ear gate, because I know it's going to go into my soul, um, that, it's something that I want to not only just listen to for myself, but that I would be willing to share. So I would have to say music, in any form, whether it's dancing, whether it's singing, whether it's listening, whether it's um, performing. It would have to be music in terms of where I lean the most. Aside from that, it would be humor and laughter, because without that, it makes for a dull Nikki, and you don't want a dull Nikki. So yeah, music and laughter, two tops.
So, with that being said, what is something that people would be surprised to know about you?
Um, hmm, Probably surprised that I'm really an introvert. Um, I am extrovert when I walk out the door. When I come home, I'm introvert. I am totally recharged at home in the solitude of my house. Um, I'm on stage, but at off stage, like I said, when I'm at home, unless I got company, I am introvert. I am quiet. I am reserved. I am chill. I'm not saying a lot. My husband was surprised to learn that about me when we started, after we got married and we started living together. He was like, this is not what I expected. Where's this bubbly person that I see on the show every week or I see at church on Sunday? You come home and you don't say two words. And I'd be like, because I'm tired of talking. So I think people will be surprised to know that when I come home, I'm very chill.
Hmm. Have you always been like that?
For the most part, I would say most of my adult life, yes. And most of my adult life I've spent being married. So this is my second marriage that I'm in right now. And so my first marriage was 19 years, and I spent most of that time the same way, coming home and just being able to being free to not talk. And part of that came from, the desire to make people happy, to please people or whatever. And then coming home and being like, whew, I can exhale. Nobody's pulling on me. Nobody wants me to be the life of the party. Nobody wants any of that. And I could just come home and be me, chill in front of the TV and and relax and recharge. Or
Mm-hmm.
turn on the radio or turn on some music and just sit in silence.
Okay. Um, I know usually when most people are like that, um, it's the moment of like I said earlier, being a filler. We For me, I can feel other people in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and I become the chameleon. I become what you need me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the person that's listening, whether it's the person that's giving advice, whether it's making you laugh when I know you're going through hell,
Mm-hmm.
um, making sure that everybody leaves out feeling good or feeling better than they did when they arrived to this place.
Yes.
Um, I noticed even in being around in perilous times, there were people who were going through things I don't have to ask. I just became what they needed at that moment.
Right.
So if it's 2 or 3 hours of peace, let it be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and that again is the drug when I say that bring your gift to the front. Bring
Mm-hmm.
God to the front because people need to see. Um, you might have gone through hell,
Yeah.
but thank God you don't look like what you've been through. That part.
That part. Hallelujah. And I mean, we
So,
were all going through stuff. So everybody was going through something.
um, and so we pushed and we pushed, and it's the thing that when we go into the marketplace, that you bring God with you because you don't know who needs him.
Yes.
If
And
it's you
who
see
needs
me,
to see him through you?
yes, absolutely, absolutely. If you tell your inspirations and your dreams, and some people don't know what that looks like, but through you, they're living vicariously through you.
Mm-hmm.
That when those things come to pass, they too will become a believer. That I remember when
Mm-hmm.
X, Y, and Z was like this, and now they're over here. Well, if he did it for me, guess what? He
He
can do
can
it for
do it
you.
for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So those moments when the singer shows up, the comedian shows up, the writer shows up, the actor shows up. We need all of that.
Amen.
Amen. So even in the moments of the reviews, I heard so many reviews about your acting as the grandmother
Aw.
that left out like, who is she? She was funny.
Aw.
Even in the midst of the drama that was going on in the play, which was on purpose, they found comfort in you.
Aw. That was
We
my
know,
job.
yeah, we know it was Jesus, but in that moment, um, they needed the balance.
Yeah.
You were the balance to all of that, which again, as fillers, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Um, what else did I want to? I'm excited. When I say I've been waiting for this conversation for a minute, I have literally been waiting for a while because again, we don't get to see each other all the time. We
Yeah.
your show is going on when my show is going on, so I can't, but in those moments of letting you know, sister to sister, black woman to black woman, you are definitely loved. You are definitely watched. Even if people don't ever say anything to you, I want you to know live on this show, you are much needed. Um,
Aw, thank you. Girl, don't make me cry up on here. Do not do it. Y'all am not about to do all of that boo-hooing and stuff. My eyes is not about to be sweating. But keep going. Okay, I'm listening.
so it is The truth that sometimes we need to know that no matter what life throws at us, uh, we're needed. I am in need of you because I don't feel the radio station. I'm not in that space. You have been called upon to sing for many in background stages, um, and okay with it. But I also want you to know, as wife to wife, mother to mother, if no one ever tells you, you're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you know, you personify your nickname. You actually personify it visually and spiritually. You are sunshine. That is who you are. That is what you bring. So you wear well, girl. Your gift looks good on you.
Exactly. Um, don't start that. So um, I'm really stuck on expect the great. Expect great things from God. Um, even when it doesn't look like it, when he's not moving, and that waiting game, boy, I tell you, it just seems like, is it ever gonna end? Are we, as we say, are we there yet?
Right.
Um, and I talked to another person earlier in the week. Though it tarries, wait for it,
Yes.
because the wait is gonna be well worth it. Hey, Toya,
Hey, Toya.
it's gonna be well worth the wait. Um, we're also, everybody, mostly everybody on here is a part of Vocal Anonymous,
Yes.
and the expectation was set because of who they were.
Yes.
But then to be able to dissect and realize the thing that might be hindering you has nothing to do with music,
That part.
that messed me up.
That part. Yeah. I was at the first session. I think I missed I was probably gone by the time you got there for the second one. But yeah. Yeah, same thing for me. Same thing for me. It was the very end. And I don't know if every session, if both sessions were exactly the same in terms of what they did. But when we had to close our eyes
And say what the
and
thing was,
and say
yeah,
what it was, nobody said music. Nobody said anything about music.
no, no. Mine was, and I can say it, it was um punishment.
Mm,
Everything that I was used to doing, I got punished for, one way or another. And I've been carrying this for years
wow.
and didn't even realize it. That word alone was my hindrance of feeling like at any moment, here comes another punishment. Just thinking about it makes the hair on my arm stand up.
Wow. I feel you. I feel you. It was amazing.
Um, but even in this moment, the whole phrase "expect the great," I can't get away from it. It, like, a ton of brooks just fell from, I don't even know where it came from. But even in the moments of trying to climb up the mountains,
Hmm.
I'm expecting to get to the top. That's my expectation. And when I get there, I can go back and tell others how to get to the top.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hold on to it and hold it to myself. No, you need to know how to make it too. If I can do it, you can. There is
Absolutely.
no excuses. A person who molested, raped, left for dead, suicidal, whatever you wanna call that bad thing, if I can overcome all of that, so can you.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you have to sit there in a room by yourself, cry yourself to sleep until you get to the point where you are tired of crying,
Mm-hmm. Been there.
open up your mouth to say, I need help, then things will change. This is what we're here for, to let people know to expect the great.
Yes.
I believe, I believe I will have my own TV show. I believe that. I believe it. I saw it in a vision. I would not be doing this if I didn't think so.
Right.
Y'all can have this. You talking about doing this for free? What? Huh?
Ah,
No.
yes.
He showed it to me. He told me. So therefore, the purpose has to come to pass. It has to. And for those moments, and I say, like those who are close to me, stick with me. Enjoy the
Mhm.
journey. Because when we get there, we partying like a rock
Yeah,
star.
that's right. You coming with me.
You coming with me. Don't talk to me about leave me at the bottom of the mountain. I'll be back. No. Mm-mm.
Right.
You got things to do too. Come on, Toya. You got things to do.
Yes.
Leader, you got things to do. For me, I think I went to a conference not too long ago, and the question I walked away with was, how long you gonna make people wait on you?
Ooh.
How long are you gonna wait? How long is it gonna be for you to be you? Because they waiting on you.
Mm, that's good.
How long?
That's good.
I am in need of you. You gotta show up. I gotta be, Nikki gotta be on the radio so I can hear what I need to hear in order for me to have encouragement to encourage myself.
Yes.
Toya, how long you gonna make me wait?
Ah, yes.
We don't have to wait until you step off the scene. We need you now.
Yeah. Yeah. That part. Whew. Whew.
Yep, I felt that one.
Yeah.
How long?
I felt that.
The great, he said, I hear you, sisters. I'm just saying, we have to occupy the space that we have been given. Because remember, years ago, a black person, a black woman, what? If you don't go sit down and be in the kitchen somewhere,
Right. Now we're the top,
what?
entrepreneurs. The
Huh?
black woman is the number one or the highest developing or fastest growing genre of or class of entrepreneurs right now. Black women.
They're throwing money at black women
Yes.
in all areas. Number
Yes.
one, young woman buying up hotels. Come on now.
Yes.
Let's go. We need you.
Yep.
Oh, we want to do our own thing? Yeah, let me go to a black owned hotel. Let me have a black owned bank. How about that?
That
Come
part.
on. We need you to be you so I can move on to be me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how that work.
Yeah, we all got to do it. We all play a part. And, you just got to figure out where is your part. What is your part? And then get in
Yeah,
there and do what you do.
absolutely. So as we all say, this is a tall body, right? Everybody has to do their part. The eye can't be jealous of the foot
Right,
and say, well, I ain't working today because I ain't the left foot. Well, how this body gonna move and see if you don't do what you supposed to be doing?
right.
Let me know how that look.
Ridiculous. Crazy.
We need everyone. I didn't expect this to go this way, but however, we're gonna expect the great anyway. So, um, this moment of giving kudos to those who need to hear it. I have no idea Nikki needed to hear this today, but however, and I hear this, all that you do is not in vain. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All that you do is not in vain. We all need what Nikki brings to the earth. It wouldn't be the same without you.
Oh,
And that's the truth. I'm not just saying that. That is, this is your season. And the more we continue to perfect our gifts, the more we'll see why we were actually created.
yes. Yeah.
It wasn't just to sit here and look pretty. No, it was a reason. Someone in Africa, somewhere in Antarctica, somewhere, somebody needs to hear Nikki's voice. Speaking of voices, you might as well tune up, honey.
Me, 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 me,
Yeah, that part.
me. Ah.
Whatever you want to.
Oh, my bad.
What?
uh, you really want me to sing something right now on StreamYard?
Yeah. Oh, by
uh,
the way, we want to hear something at the bottom too. Go ahead.
uh, um, uh, I was at the PJ Morton mass choir rehearsal last night.
I don't even listen.
um, and one of the songs he did not sing, but one of my favorite songs by him, um, talks about not letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'll sing a little bit of that.
Okay.
I know it's been so hard, and you don't know what it all means. Mm, but don't you ever let go. See, there's a reason you're still standing after all you've seen. Oh, but don't you ever let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. Oh, don't you ever let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. Oh my. Don't you ever let go. You're getting tired and It feels like it's been going on for years. Oh, but don't you ever let go. There's nothing wrong with crying. Let out all of your tears. Mm, but don't you ever let go. Don't let go. Don't let go. Oh, don't you ever let go. Don't let go.
Mm.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Say that one part one more time.
Don't let go. Don't let go. Oh, don't you ever let go. No.
My goodness. Um, whew. uh, expect great things. But Romans 8:28 says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Know that God is here with us, for us, doing everything he needs us to do. Whatever you do, as Nikki sung tonight, don't don't let go. Even when it's that might be the easiest thing to do, please don't. I beg of you, don't let go. Today has been brought to you by 1, 2, 3. Letter Z.
Ah.
In closing, before I get to my church announcements, align your faith with great plans God has for your life. Raise your expectations to what He has for you by planting His thoughts in your heart and resisting the attacks of the enemy. When your faith lines up with God's vision for your life, just like the faith of the blind men, your eyes will be open to see how He's working in you, for you, and through you. I'm going to say that again
Yes.
because I felt like this wasn't, it was for me, it was for Nikki too, but it's for all of y'all who's listening. Align your faith with the great plans God has for your life. Raise your expectations to what He has for you by planting His thoughts in your heart and resisting the attacks of the enemy.
Yes.
When your faith lines up with God's vision for your life, just like the faith of the blind man, your eyes will be open to see how He's working in you, for you, and through you. Whatever you do tonight, don't let go. Have great expectations, not only just for God, but for yourself.
Yes.
He has big, big plans, and He want to use you if you allow Him to. It doesn't matter if you're in a church. It doesn't matter if you're on the street. It doesn't matter if you're on stages. It doesn't matter. Somebody is waiting on you. I need you to show up.
Yes.
I need you to show up. The voices that we have been given is not about you. It's not even for you. The voices that we hear on these different platforms is for you. I might hear Nikki's voice and decide, hey, something soothing about her voice. I wasn't expecting to cry tonight, but the way she sung that song and the words was very, very, it moved me to tears.
Amen. To God be the glory.
I never know how this show is going to go. I'm just willing and able to let him have his way, however that is. Wow. Don't let go. Yeah, where do I go from there? So, church announcements. Last October, I was able to write my first single book. And
Yay.
The Blueprint God's Design is on Amazon. You can put in the code, or you can put my name in, Camille Foster, and it will come up. If you wanted to continue to bless this platform, you can donate to the Cash App at $Sunshine Camila, KAMILAH. Also thankful to Blacktop Streetball Association for being a sponsor of the show. Also thank Robert Jeffries for making this theme song for me. I love it, love it, love it. Again, Blacktop Streetball Association, BTSBA.com. If you remember who and one was, these are the same dudes. And they're coming out in ownership for themselves. So I want you guys to go to their website. A tour should be coming soon for them to come to your city and do it all over again, but on a whole nother level. Alita Cotton, my sister, AC's Teas, 313-380-0321. Some of the best ginger and turmeric tea I ever tasted.
The best.
It's addicting. I ain't never been on crack or nothing else, but I feel like I'm a crackhead when I'm with it. And I gone too long without having it. I be having to fix, never mind. Anyway, she's on Facebook at AYECEE. Please support Black-owned businesses. You heard me?
Yes.
About somewhere. All right. So, Larry Bug Phillips, my heart. Again, he's ownerships of Waffle Cafe Detroit, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 18685 Livernois, Detroit, Michigan. 313-739-6308. You don't want to miss going over there. I promise you, they have some of the best food. Nice, extensive menu, nice prices. Also, they started not too long ago Waffling After Dark on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 11. $10 charge, but it's also an opportunity for networking, live music, all those great things. So please support another Black-owned business. My wonderful hair started curling up on its own because of Alpha and Omega Naturals. Our girl Alpha hair way down here. She was using her own products. My mother hair fell completely out. Using Alpha and Omega in 6 weeks, my mom hair has completely started growing back in. So again, I'm not just saying it because I know Alpha, but no. We use that product, and it's 100%. So again, Alpha and Omega Naturals.com. Please support Alpha. Book also has an event space, 23120 Coolidge Highway, Oak Park, Michigan, 313-469-2943. If you're looking for a party, place to party, a place to do a baby shower, all those wonderful things, get in touch with Book, and he will make sure that you're good. Again, let them know Sunshine sent you. Great. Last but not least, your girl, this one right here, is playing a grandma in this wonderful stage play, The Weekend of Sweetie's Day. He's fine, but is he saved? Saturday and Sunday, October 21st, 22nd, 7 p.m., Henry Ford Civic Center. Early bird special right now to September 1st. General admission is $40. VIP is $60. Well, okay, what is VIP? Well, it is prime seating, light refreshments, and you get to meet the entire cast. That is Bruh Man from the 5th floor from Martin. It's Jewel Tankard and Dathan Big Pen from Sunday's Best. And your local artist from Detroit. Again, please, if you want to buy tickets, you can go on the website. You can go on, Eventbrite, put in the play's name and it will come up. You can go to God's World on 7 Mile and you can get it there. Or you can come to me and actually get your physical ticket. If you do any of those, put my name in the basket. You can put Sunshine because I'm the only one. That's what I said. I'm the only one. Therefore, I can get credit so I can get me some moolah. Did I say that out loud? I did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
It's my turn to say that. So anyway, those is the church announcement. Please govern yourself accordingly. Your hair is beautiful. Thank you, Toya. By the way, Melanie did my hair as usual. And she is no longer in Flint. She is now in Farmington Hills. So yes, I will travel for her to get me all the way together. Yes, so I am here every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with a new person to take us to the whole nother level. Again, thank you guys for supporting the show. I can't be me without you. You are definitely a part of my village. Please like, share, subscribe, do all those wonderful things to let this show get to TV land. That's the whole point. Nikki, do you have any last words, ma'am?
I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Because like you said, our shows are usually on at the same time or around the same time. So it'd be kind of hard to, listen to yours on the way to mine and, that kind of stuff. But just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your spirit. Thank you for the sunshine that you bring, not just to the people close to you, but the people who see you, who don't even know who you are, but they see the sun in you. So I just want to thank you, and I appreciate your audience. Shout out to all of the PT crew, and I thank God for what he's done for me, and I thank him for what he's going to do for you. And just like you said, when you go, I go. When I go, you go. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Be right there. So I appreciate you, sis, and I love you, and thank you so much again for bringing me on your show. And then now we got to trade places. We're gonna figure that out
Yes.
before the play, so we can promote the play. So that's what we're gonna do. Absolutely. We're gonna figure that out.
Thanks, Toya. Again, I appreciate all those who are my personal pushers and making sure that I continue to do this. It's not easy being a trailblazer, but I've been chosen for this. Again, thank everyone who donates. Thank you for being a wonderful listener, and I love it. Anyway, I will see you guys next Tuesday with, I don't remember who it is right now, but it's somebody. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, moving over and over again since I started this show in 2020. Again, I will see y'all on Tuesday. Peace.